Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And I am live in San Francisco, California, and it's the Nerdrotic Nooner post holidays. How is everybody? I hope everybody is doing well. I am recovering from staying up very late last night. I don't drink, but this is about as crappy as you can feel. That's not a hangover. Poor decision for an adult, but I was having a good time. My oldest son was up, and we hung out and stayed up till 4:30 in the morning. So it happens. It happens. So I slept in, took him to the airport, and now I know, like, this is straight up what I get it now. See, I'm an older parent, and my son moved out, and he came up for the holidays, and he left, and it sucks. This is the worst feeling ever. I hate it. But it's good that he's gone. Really, seriously, I don't want a 20-year-old hanging out in my house all the time. It's kind of disgusting. But hey, I hope you had a great Christmas as well, Filthy Farmer. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holidays. Hey, we're still in the holidays. We're still there. We have New Year's coming up, and yeah, I don't get excited about New Year's Eve. I really don't. I go to bed at 10 and wake up, and it's a whole new year. So I'm kind of boring. Plus, here in San Francisco, every day is 4th of July. People like to, we had fireworks last night. So fireworks is pretty much every day here. Hello, silhouetted animator, Halam 899, Gamer Gambit, Pen Farm Girl, and what's up, Pen Farm Girl? Mary Ann, how are you? Spectacular Spider-Man, Bryce Douglas, Stephanie Littlepage, Mr. Twisted 72, David Gibson, May, the Filthy Casual, as we just said, Ridiculed Reptile Reviews. The Doctor is in the house. Welcome, Fourth Doctor. We love you so much and miss you dearly. Liam Hodgetts, DJ Odyssey, and his beautiful singing voice. He really has a beautiful singing voice. And Mary Ashmead and a Wrench, thank you so much for all you do. I hope you had a wonderful holidays. I hope you're feeling better. And let's get up here. Who else do we have? Cato Roan. What's up, Captain Robert? April is on the bridge. CD Horde. All out of bubblegum is here. What's up? Nigel brought Savage. Hello. And Bryce and Giovanna. And oh my God, look at all these people here. Jesus Christ. You had a good birthday. Jesus Christ. If you're into that kind of thing. And how did did you all survive the 6-hour Doomcock live stream last night? I'm sorry I missed that, but I was festive last night, but without being too festive. You know what I mean? So today we're just going to kind of hang out and talk. We're going to talk a little bit about the Daleks and their contractually obligated return to Doctor Who, which I completely forgot about, to be honest with you. I didn't realize that was part of the whole deal. So that I think it takes away a little bit from their return, and I hope they at least do something with them. Well, maybe not. I got to rethink that statement a little bit. But at least Moffat at the last couple of years just had them thrown into an episode, which honestly, Moffat never really knew how to use the Daleks. Let's be real. Russell T Davies knew how to use the Daleks. We're also going to talk about one of my favorite shows ever. I hope you guys got a chance to see it on Netflix. It's called Happy. It's wrong in all the right ways, and it has a new character voiced by Weird Al, and the character's called Smoking Man Baby. So, wonder what that's going to be based on. Interesting. And also we have some more Hellboy news. There's some other stuff. Bumblebee did like horrible at the box office, which is kind of weird. I thought that would do really well. I thought it looked good. I don't know. Did anybody see Bumblebee? Was it good? I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I saw Aquaman. It was cool. Aquaman made a lot of money. Good for DC. I'm glad the DC universe got a win. It's not going to change, it's not going to change cinema in any way. It felt like an energy drink put into a movie. Yeah, it felt like a Nas. You ever have a Nas? Yeah, I used to drink those at my old job. Those are terrible for you. People my age should not be drinking that shit. Russell T Davies turned the Daleks into it was Stephen Moffat who turned them into the Rainbow Daleks, the M&M Daleks. Mark says the Runaways Marvel show rocks. I have not finished it yet. Oh my God. I was supposed to be finished with it 2 days ago. I'll probably be finished tomorrow. So I'll do a review tomorrow. There's certain things that annoyed me about it, and there's certain things that were pretty good, actually. So, yeah, for YA, it's not as bad as it could be. Does that sound bad? Yeah, for YA, it's pretty good. And you know what? Listen, when the Runaways comic came out, it was before the whole YA thing happened in comics, and it was kind of original and new. And they interacted with the Marvel universe. We'll see how the show goes. Funny that the DC universe only works for secondary characters and not for Superman or Batman. Jibba jabba FPV. It's because Warner Brothers does not know what to do with their own damn characters and doesn't respect their characters. And yeah, and if I hear one more time that Superman is difficult to write, my head will explode. I'll straight up pull a doomcock and have to put on a mask or something like that, because that is just a pile of crap. All this flawless character, that's all we're getting is flawless characters right now. I mean, that's all we get. So you can't make Superman now. I myself am kind of looking forward to the Hellboy movie. The preview looked okay to me, all out of bubblegum. It did to me too. Some of the CG, I saw it on a big screen because I saw it first on my phone. I'm like, oh, it's cool. And some of the CG doesn't look finished, and it does look like it's a straight up sequel to Guillermo del Toro's Hellboys, which are brilliant, by the way, but they also came out like a decade ago. So we'll see. I heard it tested horribly, though. That's the word on the street, is it really tested horribly. Hey, Gary, if you listen to the podcast, check out What the Fuck with Mark Moran. He's awesome. I will. I got to write that down in my notes. If Superman is difficult to write, get a new job. Bryce, bless you. Exactly. If you're a writer and you say things are difficult to write, peace out. Later, dude. Yeah. I can write a Superman. I could come up with a Superman story. I could do that again. You know, like, don't challenge us, writers. Don't challenge my chat. Don't challenge people on YouTube. The people in my fine chat right now could come up with 100 good Superman stories if you just ask them. And these are people, probably not everybody's into Superman. There's all kinds of good stories you can tell. You're never out of ideas unless you're just not into what you're writing, which is kind of what we're dealing with now. We're dealing with people who are just kind of passing by. It really helps their resume. Believe me, the powers that be, other than Disney, I'm going to say Warner Brothers, all across the board, don't really like making genre. Genre is very expensive to make. They hate putting out that much money to make something. My case in point is Titans. You launched a streaming service and you went cheap on your show. Come on. Yeah, believe me, they'll be happy when if reality TV makes a comeback or something like that. Hell, I'm ripping off Star Trek and doing a better job at it, says Bryce. Yep. Well, I mean, so did Seth. By the way, Orville countdown, everybody. Orville countdown. Oh my God. I'm so excited. 4 days. 4 effing days. I have not been this excited for a TV show in quite some time. So Joss is the man. They could call Joss. I think the perfect man for Superman would be Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi. I think he would be wonderful because he's still like for a guy who cut his teeth at horror. He understands the pure goodness of comics. Now, I love his Spider-Man 2 is still Spider-Man 2 and Superman the movie are kind of like up there for me. I know they're old, but they stand up today. They stand up today so well. Yeah, the Orville's going to be freaking great. Everything I see is great. I saw their little behind the scenes, and like honestly, it felt like a HR video. I love the Orville, but it's like we're gonna be a TV show where we go to space and we do stuff, and we're gonna be kind of funny. We're gonna be kind of serious. And we love Star Trek. And that's really all I need. There's no drama surrounding that show whatsoever. We don't see a split in the fan base. And oh, wait, it's a show that's got a little bit of diversity. And oh, they deal with politics too, but they deal with it in a great way. In a great way, What's up, the DJD show? How's it going? Did you have a stream this morning? Sorry, I missed it. I slept through freaking everything. Both are great. Love Mark Moran. Is he maybe I know of him and maybe I'm just knowing him as Mark. I'll check it out. I love a good podcast. I love are there on YouTube? Uh Damn it, Gary, super chat window again, Tommelfinger. Oh, I just started. Hang on. Jesus. I just got here. Sorry. Let me get my super chat window open. Like I said, I am freaking tired, folks. I am tired. Talk amongst yourselves. How are my bloody Brits doing? Bless your heart. It's Boxing Day. I'll have you know that we fully celebrate Boxing Day at this house. We always take the last day after Christmas off. We do not work. And it's a straight up it's because Melissa has to work right up through Christmas Eve. So actually our holidays are starting right now as we speak, getting fired up. It sucks though. I get to man. Melissa's going to Japan and I don't get to go. Kind of bent about that, but life. That's life. Getting to the where'd it go? There it is. I'm getting there, Tommelfinger. Hang in there, buddy. My internet is going so low. I better close some goddamn windows so this thing doesn't freeze up on me either. By the way, anybody check out that score? God damn it. Let me tell you the freaking I was putting the finishing touches on my Rotten Tomatoes score thing, and then it popped back up to 30%. I'm a motherfucker. So I had to reshoot a couple things, and then it went back down to 29. I'm like, God damn it. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. It's fluctuating. I thought it would bump up again. I haven't checked it this morning. It might bump up again. Holy crap, though. It's pretty funny that you can see people putting in 5-star reviews and they're just not filling out reviews, but people putting in 1-star reviews are putting in like paragraphs. Yeah. People are upset. Harsner for £2, 2 Deutschmarks or €2. Cheers from Germany. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend, from my father's homeland of Germany. Yes. Our last name is Beekler, taken from some German name that was spelled Bukler, and it had an umlaut over the U. I think it's Buckler, but they wanted to Americanize it when they got to Ellis Island. How soon before the movie industry can make any money putting out rom-com and dramas on the big screen? Movie theaters are too expensive to see that type of movie. You are so right. That is the Carnophage. Am I saying that right? If I'm not, please tell me how to pronounce that. But you are correct. The movie theaters, well, just look at everything that succeeds now. Look at everything that it's got to be a superhero movie, or maybe James Cameron will pull out something that'll be a hit, or Disney remaking an animated. Is there anything lazier? I'm sorry, I like remaking an animated movie that. Oh God, Aladdin was such a perfect movie, I'm not even a Disney fan. I am not, by the way. I'm not a Disney fan. Never been a Disney fan. I like Disneyland, and I liked Aladdin. And I like the Robin Hood. Remember the Robin Hood with the fox? That was actually the first movie I saw in theaters, was the Robin Hood. Okay. So I like that one. Snow White, like some of the classics, but like, I don't like Disney's vibe. I don't like, I'm a Warner Brothers guy. I like Bugs Bunny. Disneyland's fun, but yeah. I mean, does anybody, okay. So my most memorable Mickey Mouse cartoon is Mickey and the Beanstalk, maybe. And that was made like 50 years ago. Yeah. Never. I'm sorry. I'm just like, oh man, when I heard Marvel was bought by Disney, I was upset. He has like 950 shows on YouTube. Oh, is that all? Another super chat for $10, all out of bubblegum. I know that this is going for me to lose my nerd card. But I have seen an episode of the Orville. Please don't hit me in the face. That's how I make money. Oh, I have not seen an episode of the Orville. I have never seen an episode of the Orville. I'm not going to hit you all out of for one. You're all out of bubble gum. you're going to hit back. I mean, not that I'm afraid of that, but I mean, honestly, getting hit hurts. It does. Trust me. It hurts a lot. And I would never hit you. No, we just, you can watch it sometime later. And you don't lose your nerd cred here. I mean, like I've had to dock myself a couple of points when I addressed the Doctor as Doctor Who a couple times, like, because I don't know. I've never done that before until I got on live streams, and I've forgotten a couple of names. But honestly, I'm getting to the age where I'm starting to forget. I'm like, I'll look at my oldest son and call him Logan. They don't look anything alike. One's 6'5" and the other one's not. Although my youngest son now, like we wear the same size shirt, so we always get our shirts mixed up. Thank you for the $10 super chat, all out of bubblegum. It's good to see you. I'm with you, Nerdrotic Channel. My immediate thoughts when Disney bought Marvel was no, Marvel will lose its balls. Exactly. And that's a great point you put in. I walked into a Disney store. Now, remember when Disney bought Marvel, what the whole point of buying Marvel is? Anybody remember? Everybody remember? Y'all remember? They wanted to get more boys buying Disney products because Disney was a girls' brand. It just was. So they needed more of a male audience. That's why they bought Marvel. And then they bought Star Wars. And then they changed them fundamentally. Is this a theme? It's a theme. It's a theme we're seeing all across genre, a theme that's completely unnecessary. For one, they run under the false assumption that girls don't like the stuff that was out already, because they did. I ran a comic shop here. Drink, everybody. I ran a comic shop for 10 years. Plenty of girls shopped in my stop. Plenty of ladies. Plenty of women. Plenty of little girls came into the kids section and bought comic books. And they didn't buy the ones that were marketed for any. But every time I heard stuff was for boys and girls, I just said it's for everybody. It's for everybody. It's just whether you like it or not. I mean, it's no big deal. But now they're honestly marketing stuff. They're trying to get, there's some marketing research out there that came out that said more young girls are going to be buying stuff and less young boys are going to be buying stuff. And part of that is true. Video games is killing everything. I know it's not going through the greatest phase right now, but listen, video games, you want to talk about the video killed the radio star. Video games kill comics. It's been a slow death, but that's what's been behind the death of comics. And then of course the people who run comics are complete morons now. And I hate to say that because some of them I used to be friendly with probably won't be after they hear this, but whatever. Elliot Nelson, I'm very glad I found your channel. Thanks for all the content you put out. Happy holidays. Elliot, thank you so much. I'm glad you found it too. $10. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys like it because I'm having the time of my life doing this stuff. This is brilliant. It really is. I've done a lot of creative things. I've been fortunate. Plus I've worked my ass off and I've done a lot of creative things. I've published comics, I've drawn comics, I've sold comic books. I've been in a band, and this is by far the best. I mean, this is right up there with owning a comic shop. I'm not kidding. Because honestly, owning a comic shop is 50% great time, 50% tedious, just tedious. I mean, listen, the good outweighs the bad. But when you own a comic shop and you can't really afford a ton of employees, there is no vacations. There is no nothing. It never stops. Comics come in every week, sick, whether you're sick or not, and whether you have a kid or not, doesn't stop. Yeah. My favorite story, it's kind of gross, so sorry, but I've got Melissa. I watched the kid after the kid was born because Melissa does hair. So I had Logan in my arms and I'm on the phone and my manager was out and Logan just yacked all over my back and I had a store full of people. So I'm just like facing them. I wouldn't turn around and I just had yak going down my back. Got off the phone. Can I help you? And I'm like serving them their comics with one hand. Then Logan goes in his diapers and like, it was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare, but that's parenting. Builds character. Did you see the first 4 minutes they put at the Young Justice season 3 premiere? I did not silhouette an animator, but I will give you my son Logan's review. That looks like the greatest thing ever, quote unquote. Are you happy with that? I've been trying to get him into it. He got into it and he loves it. Yeah, Young Justice is amazing. We will be covering it. I will check it out after the show. Thanks, Silhouetted Animator. You need to hire guys like me who love doing the mundane stuff so I could just sell. Hey, Get your ass over here, Kato. Get over here, Kato. Mr. Twisted says, "I'm a hero. I am a dad." Little shout out to all the dads out there who, you know what, we get a lot of shit. We get a lot of shit. And sure, there's some bad dads out there, but there's a lot more good dads out there. Okay. And you know, dads aren't perfect. We're imperfect people. Is anyone else hoping the introduction of the Daleks is the big game changer to save the show? Yes. I'll be 100% honest. I don't want Doctor Who to die. While not being the biggest fan of Jodie, can things turn around? Yeah, I've seen things turn around all the time. I've seen, I mean, it was within season, but I've seen stuff get better. Latest example is Preacher. Preacher had a pretty sorry ass second season, had a couple good episodes, came back for season 3 and just was back to form, if not better. It can happen. So yes, I think we all want Doctor Who to be better. I think it doesn't matter what. I mean, if next season is freaking awesome and it's the same creative team, I'll just go, okay, you guys needed some warming up. But do we really think that's what we're going to get? I mean, they're not, as far as I know, they are not changing out any, they're not changing out Chris Chibnall. They're probably going to change out some of the writer's room, and we'll see some familiar faces come back. That's my bet. You'll see, like Jamie Matheson and, somebody like that come back. But as far as like this being, this is a course correction, folks, this episode. I know it's a contractual obligation. We will go over that. But it's a course correction. It is a direct result of marketing research the Beeb does. I broke it down in my last video. There is some big problems coming down the line for Doctor Who. Yay, we got good UK ratings. But if you look into it, the BBC cannot survive on UK ratings. Like no shows can, much less Doctor Who. They need to sell somewhat to the international licensing fees make them almost all their money for the show. And the merchandising for Doctor Who, I've got a whole separate video coming down, is dire. It's bad. And this is something that, dude, Doctor Who toys used to sell. They used to make them so much money. So much money. I made a killing when I did my Doctor Who section. At first, like nobody bit. And I'm like, oh, this was a really bad idea. And then, once the word got out that I had it, and I was like the only one within miles in Northern California that had like a really solid, good, committed Doctor Who section, I couldn't keep the stuff in stock. I couldn't. I wiped out Diamond of their. They had like Series 5 action figures. Wiped them out. Had to go somewhere else. Found somebody in the UK who would sell me stuff. Pretty much, he sold me his collection. We worked out a deal, and it worked out great for both of us. So, Missy murdered a Dalek with a sharpened stick. Yes. She said, "Do you want to see a stick disappear?" And then, oh no, sorry, you can't do that with the Dalek. Let's go back up to get to the chat here. Marion, nothing is tedious when you are a perfectionist. Well, that is true. I'm not, though. My wife is the perfectionist. I'm the guy who says progress, not perfection. Yeah. I don't mind if something, listen, if I was like with editing, if I was a perfectionist, I would never get my shit out. It's just, there's some things you got to just put out. It doesn't matter. You got to put out, Justin Doyle, thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas to Gary, to you and your family. How do you stick all your characters on the wall? And do they ever fall off? Justin, all the time. So how I stick them on the wall is there's probably a better way, but I use a single push pin and I pop between their legs. So yeah, between all their legs is a push pin. That's why they kind of slide back. So every once in a while I have to put them back. And my house is old, and we had let's see if it's close. Yeah, my vintage penguin fell down and broke in a million pieces. I was kind of bummed. I could glue them back together, but I mean, and it would look great on the wall, but I'm a little bit of a weirdo collector, so I have to buy a new one. Hey, Gary, hope you, by the way, thank you for the £5 super chat there, Justin. And Maza, is that how you say it? Maza Monty. Should I watch it should I watch at New Year and boost the viewing numbers, or continue my personal protest? I'm a UK viewer. I would watch it via other means. Like there's other means. Yeah. Go on Reddit. Those guys are clever. Guys and gals. I'm sorry. Those, we'll say gals and guys. Screw it. Are clever on Reddit. Those Reddit kids. I love them to death. I would, yes, because if you want stuff to change, you can't buy it. You can't buy it. It breaks my heart that I'm not buying Doctor Who season 11 on Blu-ray or whatever they're going to offer it on. Yeah, it sucks. And honestly, I don't think we'll ever get Doctor Who in 4K. I think they're going to start pulling physical media. It'll probably happen later in Europe than it does in America, because physical media still sells really well in Europe. But it's happening here already. We're not going to be able to get Blu-rays and DVDs. But I can do a video tutorial how you can make one in lickety split. And most of you guys probably already know. But hey, Gary, hope you had a great Yule. I hope you had a great Yule. Let's bring back the Daleks and have them exterminate the Stenza. Bunch of wannabe warrior upstarts, ridiculed. Exactly. I mean, like, it's kind of, it looked badass, the whole teeth in the face, and then she called him Tim Shaw, and it was kind of cutesy and funny. And then he got shot in the foot by like a couple of average Joes. And then, yeah, but he thought about beating the Doctor for thousands of years. Really. Thank you for the $100, 100 Swedish dollars. Is that what they're called? I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. You can correct me on that one. The Daleks will be pink and yellow polka dots. Pink with yellow polka dots. Melissa would love those. Those are her two favorite colors. The filthy. Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh my God. I'm not really expecting this, but if they do a female Dalek, I may die laughing. I may just go on a live stream and start laughing. They're contractually, Captain Robert April, this man knows this shit, by the way. They're contractually obligated to show a Dalek once a year, or they lose the rights back to Terry Nation's estate. And yeah, it is, I mean, Terry Nation's estate owns them, and they are just allowed to use them. So that is interesting. And I can't believe I fucking forgot that, but excuse my language. I'm a little tired. To get better, the creators first need to understand that they are doing something wrong. Marcus, that is a great point. They need to be humble, which, well, they're not. I mean, listen, that's part of the deal. That's part of the deal in entertainment, in BBC and Hollywood, is you got to kind of not listen to people. I understand that. You got to have kind of an ego. But when large portions of your fans are saying shit that you like, even if you don't say it publicly, there is a way to word things to where you don't offend anybody, and you can kind of tell them to screw off if you want. Like, I will take that into consideration, or thank you. I appreciate you watching. Is that so hard? I don't know what I would do. What I do, like when I get the feedback, sometimes I get some really good feedback from you guys. Like, shit. Like, for the longest time, people were saying your reviews are too long. And I'm like, I know. But and it finally sunk in. We made them a little shorter, you know. And sometimes I'm stubborn. Sometimes people are stubborn. But it's not, you know, but they have themselves convinced it's just a few God, they keep saying like racist and sexist. That's why I read the reviews I did. I mean, one guy said white people. And I think when you hear white people in a sentence, when a guy just points something out, or he points out tokenism, that's not being racist. You're just pointing something out. Okay. But I think the other side sees that as racist. Although Jodie herself did the all white people generalization thing, which I find extremely disappointing. Okay. So I'm not comfortable saying even that. Okay. I don't like generalizing into groups, races into groups of colors or whatever. I try to say people, all people. I see people as individuals, and I mean, you know, you guys have heard that before, and that's, you know, that's how my parents taught me, and that's how I teach my kids. You know, so when you hear a star of an international show say something to the effect, well, it's not just for, it's not just for white males anymore. What's the point of that statement? There's a way to word that without saying, oh, you could just say it's not for dudes anymore. People might still get pissed, but really that's a lot better than saying, oh, it's, just a bunch of white guys running around saving people. What? Okay. Well, for one, Jodie, you're white. So are you separate from that because you're female? Or I don't even know. And I don't want to care. I don't care. I don't want to get in that argument. But I just hate seeing that. I really don't like saying it, and I don't like talking about it. And it's just not how I roll. I love Preacher season 2, but I can understand why the people didn't like it. The beginning half of the season was solid, with the exception of Harry Starr. The second half, not so much. Cynical Lindsay, yeah, it was a mixed bag. The first 2 episodes of season 2 were some of the best episodes of the series, but then it felt like Herschel's Farm. They got stuck in Louisiana. Harry Starr stuff I dug completely. So it was a mix. It wasn't, I shouldn't say it was terrible. It just was not on par with what we got from season 1, which is genius. Preacher's a good show. I agree with Doomcock a little bit that Jesse isn't really the Jesse from the book. He's too pretty, but that's TV. People are pretty. People are pretty. I mean, hell, Game of Thrones makes everybody pretty compared to what they look like in the books. Like the only ones who are actually pretty are Jamie and Cersei. Everybody else is kind of fugly, which is why I like it. Wow, really? 400 plus watching. Thank you so much. Happy Boxing Day. Jodie, wow. Don't forget to show your appreciation for Nerdrotic, daring to speak the truth. Yeah, I just got tired of the bullshit. I did. Listen, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, I have been seeing this stuff for a long, long time. When I was running the comic shop, I saw things brewing, and like I've said before, comic books is kind of a proving ground for entertainment now. It's kind of like a minor leagues, and I have seen this stuff brewing for a long time. But it was like once in a while, so it was not really that bad. You're like, whatever, if you get political 3 times a season, who cares? Like, honestly, I don't. In certain aspects, it works for the story. Like in Runaways, they have a character who is an SJW. So, it's kind of funny how they present it because she's really not, she's really a spoiled rich kid, playing and that's part of the charm of the character. But it sucks that when you bring Gert into from the Runaways into current television now, it's annoying as fuck because everybody's doing it in every show. Has anyone read the article about the BBC Radio 2 interview with Jodie Whittaker? Which interview was it? Was it the most recent one? What is it? Halo Duded. I read a recent one, yes, and I'm actually doing a video on it. It'll be out Friday. She says some pretty. She's young. That's all I gotta say. She's 36. It's not super young. And honestly, I think she. I can't. Listen, Matt Smith didn't know jack about Doctor Who either. He didn't. But like, she really doesn't know anything about Doctor Who, like, at all. Gotta love Preacher. Yeah, it doesn't look like him, but I love the guy who plays him, Dominic Cooper. I like Dominic Cooper. He's just not Jesse, but he does a good job. And I love Ruth Negga, who plays Tulip, is brilliant. The right ways of doing it is just got to make the story flow right. Yeah, there is, Alex Brown. There's a way you can fix all of this. As a wee 3-year-old, the Auton scared the living shit out of Barrowman. Yes, I remember him telling that story. By the way, he'll be back. I think he'll be in season 12, and maybe that's part of the delay. I think they're pulling out all the stops for next season. Oh, and somebody asked me where I got the information that the season 12 is not going to be back until fall 2020. Well, I got a little birdie told me, but also just use some common sense. the time people watch the most television, September, October, November. It's argued that maybe February, March, April is equal to that. It's not. Most people watch TV in fall. They're going to release it in fall. They're going to try to. I mean, that's where they got good numbers. If they would have released Jodie's series when they released Capaldi's series, her numbers would have been a lot different. A lot different. Uh, uh, Another super chat, ridiculed reptile reviews infiltration update. My mentor, Marco Perella, alcoholic stepfather in Boyhood, has read my Doctor Who episode and loved it. He's sending it to the to a Whovian in the business. Awesome. That is brilliant. Oh, I so hope you get it made. That'd be great. See, that's what we have to do, because that's what they kind of did. We need to re-infiltrate just to make and listen, not to make things go the other side, just to make things fun again. Like Zeppelin said, does anybody remember laughter? Winter Win 89, $5. Fun fact, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't count half the reviews of the score calculations to prevent brigading. So season 11 is probably way less than 29%. Winter Wind 89, thank you for the $5 super chat. I could not agree more. Actually, some of the ones I read did not count because they have to have the little flag next to them. That is interesting. We should totally go check, by the way. We should go check. But I can only do one window at a time because I have a brand new computer and this crap is happening and I don't know why. Well, brand new. It's a year. It's a year. Here we go. It is at it's back up to 30%, folks. It's a rally. There's a rally going on. It's been oh no, wait, I refreshed. It's 29%. My bad. It's 29% still. We'll share it. I've got some. I know. I need a pop-up blocker. It's not porn, though. Don't worry. Yeah, 29%. Get dumb ad, go away. Yeah, 29%. Most of the critics did reviews back in October. I don't know if they had access to the full season. Talked about that in my video. Yeah, 29%. If I don't know why if I was the BBC, I'd hire some people, possibly in a different country, buy a bunch of VPNs, and get busy writing reviews. I mean, who's to say they aren't doing that and it's just not enough? That's the surprising thing, is there's not enough defenders who don't want to take 2 minutes to go on and fill it out. But some people are weird about the private information. I should be more than I am, but wow, sorry, I meant half star facepalm. No, it's okay. Winter Wind 89, $2. They do count. I thought I saw some half star reviews counted. I don't know what it depends on. You're saying a lot of the half star? Yes, they don't. They don't. Here, we can take a look at that. Let's take a look. All right. Yeah, there's a half star that they counted right there. Let's but I mean, you're right. It's most of them they're not counted. A lot of these reviews they're not counted. But it's the ones with the flags. So these 5-star reviews you got to write something. They count but look at all it's the half star, 1-star reviews were like, look at this 2-star reviews. Look at Magnus U. This is a person who loves the show. So the whole argument that it's just a bunch of trolls who are bandwagoning on just to pull the show down. I'm sure there's an element of that, but this is not that. This is, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. This is a hurt fan. And I love, and I don't love the people who are defending the show, shaming people for loving a show and then pulling out the whole, well, you're a grown man watching a children's show. Well, what are you? You're writing about it. You're defending it. I mean, it's dumber to defend something that you're not financially invested in. Like, what do you got, a family member in it or something like that? Like, listen, one time I made an offhand remark, and I didn't mean to make it, about the Evil Dead remake. And all I said was, it didn't do well. And somebody just freaked out on me, like completely freaked out. Like, I mean, that's what I met Susan. And all the comments were flooded with, oh, it was a great movie and it did well. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't mean it was, I mean, it was okay movie, but you know, that's how people feel about stuff. And I'm listen, again, former comic shop owner. I'm not going to shame people on that because that's my customer. I treat them with respect. And you know what? People see things differently. And I think it's really interesting that the side of empathy and anti-bullying and inclusiveness and stuff, which nobody's against, by the way, nobody, nobody's against this, but they're the ones who talk the most shit, who do the most attacking, who do the most shaming, who belittle people. The ones that came out saying, you know, man tears, you're all happy about the man tears. Oh, you're the sensitive side, huh? You're the nice side. Okay. All right. I mean, honestly, I don't care what they say about me. I mean, bring that shit on. The best part is I don't go on Twitter very much. For the first time I did, just to kind of see how the Rotten Tomato, how many times I was trying to see how many times my Rotten Tomatoes, my first one video got shared. I don't usually do that. I've never done it since I've had the channel. And oh, the shit people were talking about me. I was like, oh, whoa, dang. It was funny though. I had a chuckle. I showed it to Mrs. Nerdrotic. She's all, yeah, they're right. That's okay. They're not wrong. Like, thanks, honey. Yes. But let's, yeah, that's yeah, let's make Doctor Who about a madman who steals a box and runs away like a story is supposed to be. Philip, thank you. Yes, a madman in a box who gets judgmental sometimes. Yes, he gets judgmental. He makes mistakes. He's a little bit scary. He's an incredible badass. He will the doctor that walks up to like a monster with, I don't know, 6 arms. I'm just making this up. 6 arms that each one has a sword, and he's like in his suit or in his foppy little cap and walks up to him with his hands in his pocket and goes, hey, what's up? You know, like zero fear. That doctor. That's the doctor I like. You know, and you know, Matt Smith, it doesn't get talked about enough to me anyway. Like how Matt Smith, while he was not given the greatest writing all the time, was so good at flipping the switch. Was so good at being doctor and then like just getting serious like that he was brilliant at that. They should remake Space 1999. They'd have the chance, they'd have to change the title. I'll just make it $29.99. Angel, I would love that. Space 1999 used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. Ash is Bruce Campbell, period, full stop. Scarlet, yep. Yeah. You can't have Evil Dead that's like having a Terminator franchise without Arnold, although they almost did it with a TV show called the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was quite brilliant. Fezzes are cool. I have a fez. I wore a bow tie back then. I did. Think about it. How long ago? It wasn't that long ago that I don't know, like who Doctor Who didn't start the trend, the whole the bow tie revival for a couple years, but they made it bigger than it would have been. How's that sound? So I forgot, it was some fashion designer who started the trend, but they used it in Doctor Who and it blew up. And you had little kids wearing bow ties at Comic-Con everywhere. And San Diego Comic-Con, I go every year, is the nerd mecca. And it is that's where you put your finger on the pulse of the nerd community. And that's where you know things are popular, what's popular, what's not popular. And believe me, Doctor Who costumes were everywhere. And there was more Matt Smiths than David Tennant's. Matt Smith has got himself a whole legion of probably the last generation of kids who watch Doctor Who, because quite frankly, the kids bounced out at Capaldi. Sad to say. Adults like them, but the kids really didn't here in America. I can't speak for the ones in the UK. And they really lost it now. Like, it's done. It's gone. Bye-bye. This Halloween, I know that it had just premiered. I didn't see a single doctor anywhere. And I believe Doctor Who's popular here. This, like I said in the video, this is the fourth largest media market in America. This is a big city, and you see doctors and female doctor and nothing. So it went down in popular, which sucks, but it was everywhere here. It was so huge here. Like I said before, I was finding Doctor Who toys in like our drugstores called a Walgreens. It's everywhere. Um, oh my God, what's the name of that? Oh, it's probably not there. Last time I was in, it's been a while since I've been to London, but there's a shop. It's like it used to be your chain record store, a CD place, and it was like on every block in London. That main drag where all the tourists go and walk up and down and shop. That's what Walgreens is. It's on every block, and there was Doctor Who figures in there. There was Doctor Who figures in Toys R Us. Toys R Us is gone. Now the only place you could buy Doctor Who stuff is Hot Topic, and yeah, you saw what it is. Okay. I suggested a while ago they take Doctor Who back to basics. The reason why some of the classic stories were so good is because they not inspired by the budget. They concentrate on stories and not FX. Really, Nigel, you're right. We get some of the best creativity when anybody's constrained by budget. The Deadpool movie is one of the best examples. First Spider-Man movie, they had the first Matrix had a very constrained budget, and like those three movies are arguably classics. Okay. There was Doctor Who stuff at my bloody Walmart. Really, Alex Brown? See, that's crazy. Is it still around? That is crazy. Yeah, Walmart is everywhere except for San Francisco because we don't allow it here for some reason. Because we're dumb. The market will not self-correct. Nope. It will not. Hey, that Twitch stream of most of the classic Who was pretty good stuff earlier in the year. Maybe a new classic writer should have taken a note of how popular that was. Hey, Robert, that was cool. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I try to watch a Doctor Who episode a day. I do. I'm thinking about embarking. I want to go in order again, so I'm going to start with the third Doctor but man, that will cut into the channel time because I won't be watching Doctor Who. God, it was so great. I watched it just in the background, a couple of Christmas episodes, and you really see the difference in the show. You're just like, God damn, that sucks. But I mean, hey, things can't be good forever. Honestly, I think they should bury it for now. Ooh, a silhouette and animator. Matt Smith would make a great Dream Morpheus. Actually, you're right. I think that's really good. It just goes to show you how much people are dissatisfied by the new show. Doctor Who, by the new Doctor Who series. Isn't it such a shame that the writing has taken a backseat to politics? Yeah. And it's a cause. It's not a TV show. Yep. Matt Smith, one episode, and he was the Doctor. Basically, run plus the outfit. Yep. Had one of the better debut episodes too. It's right up there with. I mean, like to me, Tom Baker had the best debut episode, followed by John Pertwee, and then Matt Smith, and then David Tennant. Yes, my 11th hour is good. Come on, guys. 11th hour is good debut. Plus Murray Gold. The Matt Smith Doctor theme is so good. I like it. I miss Murray Gold. If I miss any of your chat, hit at Nerdrotic. Okay, so you feel like I want to try to read as much as possible. You do not need super chats are great, love them. Hey, awesome. Do not need to do it though. Okay, it is not necessary here. Bourbon Sherbert, what's up, man? $5. Pick a side on politics, and every line spoken, decision made will forever be critiqued and questioned on motivation by both sides. It's so sad. Exactly. It's an unwinnable situation. And it's weird that recently people thought it was okay. Listen, it's just going to be a bad look. This is the kind of thing where even it's a kind of a trend where you're aware it's going to be bad. Like mullets, people knew mullets were lame in the 80s. They did. Even then, we're like, we made fun of mullets. It wasn't like it was ever cool. It wasn't. People thought it was, but it wasn't. You know, John Stamos was probably the only guy who could rock a mullet, like with any, and Billy Ray Cyrus, maybe. No, his mullet looked terrible. But we knew they would be lame and made fun of in the future, and they were. So the same thing's going to happen here. I mean, honestly, yeah, the whole SJW thing is the mullet of of whatever decade we're in, the 2000 teens or whatever. What do you call it? It was so easy when it was just the 90s and the 80s. Well, we'll be able to do that next decade. The teens, is that we're in the it was the aughts and the teens. I know you're super busy. I might not have time to read my episode, but would you mind summarizing the story arc here? I got to read it. Ridiculed Reptile Reviews. Tell you what, I will summarize it on Friday night. If you can tune in for Friday Night Tights, I will summarize it because there's your story, and I've received multiple scripts. I really appreciate that. That is like crazy. But I'm just out of the holidays, man. I have my family here, and I kind of I actually canceled a couple things from the channel. I didn't like doing it, but family's got to come first, and I kind of overextended myself. But I will remind myself. So Friday Night Tights, Ridiculed Reptiles Reviews, we will outline his script. Okay. We also, there's a guy who outlined, Cato knows about this, outlined a Christmas episode that I can't wait to tell you about it. I couldn't make it part of the review because it was just too long. Oh my God. It was so good. I'm like, man. I mean, it was better than anything Moffat came up with in the last 3 years. It was that good. I'm like, this guy must be, I don't know if he's a writer or just like really loves Doctor Who. It was so good. Can't wait to read that to you guys. Maybe I'll read it today. Maybe I'll read it towards the end. Well, no, I'll wait because I want to outline Triple R's stuff there. I'm just going to call you Triple R. We're good now, right? We're mates. Yeah, Triple R. Mage Grail. It ended with Doctor Who time traveling to be the first to make a bow tie cool. There you go. Yes. HMV. Thank you. HMV. Yeah, I wish we had an HMV. We had oh God, well, it was something like that. Yeah, we don't have any place where you can buy. It's Walmart and Target's the only place we can buy like CDs and Best Buy. It's terrible. Oh my God, I miss retail music and video shops. I'm gonna make part of the comic shop that. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if the crap's gonna sell. It'll all be used, but I'm gonna do that. Yep. HMV. And I used to go into every one. I would be in every block and I'd go into every one. Oh my God. What? Oh, fuck. I can't wait to get back to London. I dream about it. I used to, Melissa would go there. She would teach at the Vidal Sassoon Academy. And I'd put on a backpack and walk around the UK for 2 weeks. It was brilliant. The Roaring 20s are coming in a year. Oh, Mako. Yeah, that's, oh shit. Hopefully they won't be the boring 20s. No, you don't need to summarize a Triple R. I'll read it. I will have time. What I'll do is I'll read it in the gym when I'm on my machine. Have you brought and listened to the Dalek Empire audio stories by Big Finish? I have them. I have not listened to them yet, Nicholas. I probably will within the next couple days. I haven't really heard a Big Finish I didn't like, to be honest with you. I mean, I like some more than others, but they're all like really good. So that's what when I hear bad like writers out of ideas and stuff, I'm all, Big Finish cranks out stuff all the time. Subscribe to Big Finish for genuine Doctor Who audios. There's some brilliant writers, much better than anything on the season 11. George Minister, exactly. I will shill for Big Finish, big time. I like their hard copy stuff, though. I got to show you guys I've got a lot. I've got a lot. For me, Doctor Who did start. Okay, I already read that one. Let's go back to bring back Russell T Davies. I'm almost ready to beg Moffat again. Michael, I'm kind of right there with you. I used to work at Tower Records in a past life. Mr. Twisted 72, you did? I used to work at the warehouse, and I used to work at a place called Lou's, and I used to work at a place called Licorice Pizza. Lou's was just for a minute though. They weren't having me. They weren't very happy with me. I was too busy getting loaded. The big reason why children stop watching Doctor Who is because it's too patronizing and the storylines aren't written as well as they were with Matt Smith. That's one of the reasons, Philip King. The main reason was children weren't really into Peter Capaldi, sorry to say, but that's when you're right. The writing was steered more towards adults, which is actually the vast majority of people watching this TV show. It's not kids. Kids were dipping out anyway, so it really didn't matter who they brought in. The only way you're going to bring in young people and everybody's, I mean, honestly, I don't know if a new actor can do that. Bring back Tenet. If they bring back a younger actor, possibly. What's up, Rebecca? They aren't trying to make money. I've heard that, and they aren't. They aren't trying to make money, but I read something last night that they actually need to make lots of money for the show, and they're going to have a hard time making money for the show internationally. I hate to break it to them, but they just signed a big deal in China a while back. They signed a deal in China. This stuff isn't going to sell in China. This new stuff is not going to sell there. At all. Look at what, I mean, as far as blockbustery things, look at China's what they like from the West is Aquaman. They really liked Aquaman and Transformers and compare Doctor Who to that. They're not going to like it. I mean, it is a cerebral show, but what they have done before was injected a lot of fun and thrills in it and good sets. And and they just completely went away from that. Now they're calling it an educational show again. Is that what you're calling it? To create conversation. Yeah. China's going to love that. Yeah. Oh my God, bring back Tennant and Murray Gold and I'm in. Yeah. You want to talk about making a worldwide sensation that would be on the cover of who cares if you're on the cover of a magazine? It would be trending on Twitter for more than an hour. That's for sure. It would be the biggest thing ever For one, this is equal to Star Trek. This is a huge franchise, and you bring back it's Captain Kirk, for lack of a better, I don't know. Tennant's Captain Kirk. Tennant's more of not Picard. Tom Baker's Captain Kirk. If you're going to compare it to anybody in Star Trek, Tom Baker's Captain Kirk, and Tennant's probably like Picard, just in popularity, but nothing like the characters at all. And that would be huge. That would be huge. Well, Star Trek did bring back Picard, and not everybody's excited about it. I would be included in that party. Not because of him. He's great. It's because he's writing the show, and there'll be many videos on that to come. Come to Birmingham. The nightlife is the bomb. I'll check it out, Manueller. We'll do a meetup for sure. For sure. I have a couple friends out there that I want to see, but I have a bunch of new friends that I'd love to see out there. We could do a podcast in a pub. As long as they have coffee there, I'm good. You were there as loss prevention? Which one, Mr. Twisted 72? If you don't mind me asking your location, if you don't want to answer, I understand. I think Big Finish's catchphrase shows their dedication, says the Doctor. Big Finish, we love stories. Yeah, simple to the point. No, not the one near. I grew up in San Diego, Bryce. So I worked at the warehouse in San Marcos, California, and Encinitas, California. So that's areas north of San Diego. Yeah, I moved up to San Francisco in 2002, and I've been here ever since. But the only reason I left my beloved San Diego, because I love that city. It is a beautiful city. It was a great place to grow up. I miss it every day. Is Melissa. Yeah, Murray Gold. Murray Gold was the best. Oh my God, his season 3 soundtrack is so good. Just the music for Utopia when Captain Jack and the doctor running down the hall. I mean, like, oh man, I just think about that makes me sad. It does. It makes me effing sad. If the doctor had to be female for Chib to take the role, which was true, that's what he said, of showrunner, I feel the next doctor will have to be uh black. I have these black, that's fine. I don't care. That part doesn't bother me. And probably a woman. Yeah, I don't care what color the doctor is. Never. Yeah, it's that's why I'm like when she mentioned the white dudes thing, it's like nobody cares what color the doctor is. Who's watching Doctor? I mean, dude, I can't see like Klansmen going, let's watch Doctor Who now. I love Doctor Who. Sorry, I don't mean to stereotype Southern people. There's a lot of Klansmen without Southern accents at all. Actually, there's not a lot of Klansmen at all. There's like 1,000 in a country of 330 million. Um, did anyone else like Space Above and Beyond? Was classy as fuck. I liked it, Mesa. I thought it was very good, short lived. Uh, uh, you should have worked a tower. You would have fit right in. There was only one tower in San Diego, and I was apparently not cool enough. It was too far away. Too far away from my house. There's a cooler record store called Lou's that's still around in Encinitas. Yeah, I got in there and I just blew it. He has been doing that for quite some time. I asked him to please stop. Oh, it's crosstalk there. Bring back Baker. Yes, he is in his 80s, but well, Picard's in his 80s too, or Patrick Stewart. But anything can be better than what we are seeing in the last couple of years. Yes, Tom Baker standing around with a cane would be awesome. I would take it. Just seeing him in the 50th anniversary. I told you that story, right? So I'm doing a TV watch party at my comic store, and nobody knew Tom Baker was coming in. We were told there would be no other doctors, but then just that last little scene, people started figuring out something was up. And then he speaks that line, "You might," or something like that. And like the whole crowd, there's like 40 people in there, gasped. And when they showed it was Tom Baker, people got up and cheered like their sports ball team just scored. People were running out the doors. They were screaming. They were, "Oh my God." It was one of the coolest moments in the history of my comic store. I get goosebumps thinking about it. That was such a cool scene. And he was the doctor. Didn't that little quick scene? He was the fucking doctor. It was so goddamn cool. And Moffat set up this great plot thread of finding Gallifrey that we never really did anything with, or at least the payoff on it kind of sucked. But bring back Eccleston. He is 6 to 10 years older and a different doctor than the ninth. I would love to have Eccleston back. Paul McGann. Like Eccleston had a shot. Eccleston could have stayed longer. Paul McGann wanted to stay longer, and they, at least he got that little prequel in the 50th anniversary, which was awesome. I love it. Do I get chills when I hear the sound of drums? Yes. Loved Ab Fab, Joanne Lumley in that Hugh Grant Doctor Who spoof with Jonathan Pryce. Oh, TM, it was great. Written by Stephen Moffat, by the way. Boycott of Marvel Comics has achieved nothing, says Trevor Cormier. No. Well, it's because nobody's buying them anyway. So I don't know if anybody actually notices. You can't boycott something that's dying, but it doesn't achieve anything. No, boycotting. Oh, I do not call for boycotts if you want to, but my personal preference is if something is pissing me off, I just simply don't buy it anymore. So if that's a boycott, that's a boycott. I will spend my money somewhere else. I will spend my time somewhere else. I've been talking. I have people, of course, have got like, when are you going to go over the Doctor Who thing? It's like when I'm good and ready. When I'm good and ready. I will not go quietly into the night about Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who that much. I'm that pissed off about it. And also, listen, these the people who own these franchises, the people who own companies now, they've been able to hide behind letter, like before we had to write letters or make a phone call or just deal with it. We don't have to do that anymore. We have these things called platforms. We're going to use them. And if it gets, some things turned around, all the better. All the better. But when you have the media in the pocket of the number of companies, of media companies, is getting smaller, and so is the number of independent journalists who are not in the pocket and like loosely in the pocket. It's so sad. I talked about it in my video. They're selling you out, the fans, for nothing, for zip, for some. Oh my God, for some adoration. Maybe somebody retweets their tweet. That's what they're selling you out for. Instead of like being, having some integrity. And if one writer would go out, there's a couple out there that do it. Listen, Susan has integrity. Susan doesn't sell out for shit. That's why she's here. And Susan should be bigger than she is. And she will. She will get there. 1428 is going to own. Trust me. But if one person, one of the bigger, is there any big writers anymore? Say a Rich Johnston, who, this will never happen, but say he just turns around one day and just starts agreeing with all of our arguments. I'd be suspicious for about 2 years, but if you kept doing afterwards, I'd have respect for people coming around. And this doesn't mean coming around to a site, coming around to the side of the fans, which some of the creatives openly disdain you, dislike you, call you mouth breathers, and I'm a fan too, so they call me that too. I am just a fan. And when I heard a major big time comic book writer who I can't name, I'm sorry, call comic book superhero fans mouth breathers, but I love their money, that was the quote. Mr. Twisted 72, thank you for the $5 super chat for the Mighty Wrenches Tower, Sunset, Santa Monica. Thousand Oaks, Northridge, Sherman Oaks, Woodland Hills, Marina Del Rey. Mr. Twisted 72, you are in beloved SoCal. You are in Northern LA, where my good friend John lives out there in the Woodland Hills. And that's a beautiful part of LA. Yes, there are beautiful parts of LA. There are beautiful Santa Monica. Come on. That is awesome, Mr. Twisted 72. Yeah, you were all over the place. Catching those thieves. Oh my God, there's probably tons of them too. Mr. Roboto for $2. Is it Weird Al that the BBC does not own? Is it weird that the BBC does not? I thought you said Weird Al. Is it weird that the BBC does not own the Daleks? It is weird. It is weird. But they don't. Here, I could look it up right now. Dalek BBC Terry. My phone is ringing. Sorry. Wanted to look that up. Let me make sure this isn't porn. I'm looking to see for the thing I had trouble. I think they talk about it on Wikipedia. Oh, this is interesting. Let's look at this one. Talk amongst yourselves just for a second. I'm looking for an article on this. Doctor Who is a 50-plus-year-old television show about a Time Lord known as the Doctor who travels through time and space. To make matters even more complicated, the Doctor can regenerate, become anything else. Villains include Daleks, amongst others. It's a bizarre show, even for science fiction. So, however, a recent news story highlighted an even stranger part of the series. Shortly after airing of the 2017 Christmas special, which marked the end of Peter Capaldi's run, the Doctor and introduced Jodie Whittaker, the series' first female. Oh, this is weird. The first female Doctor caused a copyright controversy. According to the Mirror, the estate of Marvin Hasman, the creator of Brigadier Leftwich Stewart, took issue with the episode introducing a new character that turned out to be Leftwich Stewart's granddaughter. That's right. Leftwich Stewart is a pop. Yes. Well, they're allowed to do that. The reports have downplayed the dispute. The story raised an interesting question. Why was one of the series' most popular characters not controlled by the BBC, which produces the show? Well, I guess it's just not. That's interesting. It's not just the Daleks; it's Leftwich Stewart. So it's almost like it's comic books, where they the writers and artists have partial creative rights. Like Neil Gaiman has some creative control over some of his Vertigo stuff, not all of it. I don't know the whole. A Tardis divided. The copyright control over most TV shows, including sci-fi shows, is pretty straightforward. Star Trek, for example, is controlled by CBS and Paramount. That's not straightforward. Star Wars is controlled by Disney following the purchase of Lucasfilm. While there are complications over license of specific rights, there are no outside entities that control Spock or the Sith. This is because most TV shows, writers who work for the network are either employees or they sign a contract. In Doctor Who's case, that's not what happened, at least in the beginning. Oh, yeah, K9. Okay, here we go. Here we go, folks. We're going to talk about the weird copyright shit of Doctor Who, and I'm out of focus, so let's pull up the picture anyway. This is the wonderful site Plagiarism Today. I actually found this when I was doing my Star Trek lawsuit stuff. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and read some Plagiarism Today. Out of control. Due to the nature of the show, a complete list of all characters not owned wholly by the BBC is probably impossible to compile. The myriad of characters and writers is simply too great, especially when one looks at the expanded universe and the characters created for it. That being said, there are several well-known characters and creations still owned by the original creators. K9, the Doctor's iconic robot dog companion, first created in 1975, was co-created by Bob Baker and Dave Martin, who still own the rights. This has resulted in K9 being featured in not just a 1981 TV special and a 2010 TV series, but is also the subject of an upcoming movie, The Daleks. Though the design of the Daleks is owned by the BBC, the character of the Daleks is owned by the estate of their creator, Terry Nation. This results in something of a joint ownership of the creators, where neither can really move forward without the other. In the 1960s, Nation had written a pilot for and pitched a TV series about the species, but it never got produced. Interesting. Oh, the TARDIS. Though nothing is more iconic about Doctor Who than the TARDIS, at least two outside entities have tried to lay claim to it. First, the London Metropolitan Police, which attempted to claim it should hold the trademark. God, the police? What? And the same due to the likeness of the police box. That is so bloody British for the police one. They lost the case. In 2013, the son of Terry Coburn, the man who came up with the original concept of the TARDIS, claimed that the BBC was not given due credit. Claimed the BBC was not given due credit in his to his father in the run of the show's 50th anniversary special, and filed a lawsuit for the copyright infringement. Well, they should have done that. They should have done that. Alistair Gordon Leftwich Stewart, as mentioned above, the rights to the popular military commander Leftwich Stewart was created by Marvin Hamish and Henry Lincoln. Haseman died in 2010, leaving his control over the character to his estate, which was the cause of a brief kerfuffle following the recent Christmas special. Okay, so what about the Weeping Angels? Are those Stephen Moffat's? Is that why we don't see stuff? but they don't really mention the contractual obligation. That's something I haven't really. Plus, it's none of our damn business. But listen, I've heard that so much. It's got to be true. It's got to be true. Let's get air. Okay, back to the chat. Enough of that reading nonsense. How is everybody doing? Is anybody at work? Is everybody anybody just chilling? Get some housework done? What do you do when I'm live streaming? Are you like paying bills, paying parking, doing your taxes, taking a bath? I don't want to know. That I don't want to know. Doc is falling 29%. Is it still at 29%? Here, I'll check. People were trying to bring it up. People were trying to bring it back up. We also got to talk about Weird Al Yankovic, folks. It's still at 29%. So let me get to that real quick. Weird Al Yankovic. Everybody likes Weird Al. Okay. Who doesn't like Weird Al? I mean, you might not love him, but Weird Al's cool. I'm a big fan of Dr. Demento. I remember My Bologna that he recorded at University of Santa Barbara in a bathroom. But Weird Al's going to be on a friend of mine. He's been interviewed on his channel, Derek Robertson. He's a comic book creator. He's a comic book artist. He co-created and designed Happy, the show Happy on Sci-Fi. It just recently hit Netflix. I hope you watched it for Christmas. It was freaking brilliant. Well, there's a new character called Smoking Man Baby. And he's going to be voiced by Weird Al Yankovic. Now, Happy is a great show. It's not for everybody, okay? Happy's a little crass. It's about a drug-addicted hitman who used to be a cop who's looking for a little girl who got snatched by a child-napping Santa Claus, evil Santa Claus. And it's part of a child trafficking for the elite and rich. And the person who is trafficking the children is a children's TV star. Who's very sick and twisted. Well, it's a sick and twisted show, but Smoking Man Baby, it's SMB, described as described as toxic masculinity in a diaper. And that's what I was, if they do it as a joke, it'll be fine. We'll see. But I think this is, might be something aimed right at people like us. So I love this show, and if this is done right, I'll laugh because I can laugh. It's funny. Smoking Man Baby. A jealous, volatile baby blowhard with full tats and and cigarettes, always dangling from their mouth. In other words, he's a polar opposite of Patton Oswalt's titular blue-winged unicorn. But Happy did some coke last season. As previously reported, Happy Season 2, which is slated to debut on Sci-Fi in early 2019, I believe it's March, will be set during the Easter holiday following Season 1's Christmas backdrop. It's a bigger, badder blower than you could even imagine. Leading man Christopher Maloney, who did a great job in this show, recently teased the series' sophomore run. Watch the Series 2 trailer, which we cannot. But that is great. I think it's awesome. I think that'll be funny. And I think it's going to be taking a crack at YouTubers and Twitter and, which is fine. I could take a joke. I won't take it personally. And, I think it'll be fucking funny. Dalek porn could be any worse than, Dalek porn would be better in season 11, Simon. Yes. I'm not happy. I'm tacky, says DJ Bowman. Well, I'm crassy. I'm crassy. Bonjour. Bonjour, Daniel Weston. Dare to be stupid. Dare to be stupid. Did you see the 15 minutes Darth Vader fan film put out by Star Wars Theory? Makes Disney look bad. Deathlock Rising, I have not. That's another thing I got to write down. I think, is that the one Jeremy did a review on yesterday? Maybe? Darth Vader. Oh my God, I'm loving fan stuff. Fan-made stuff is getting so much better. I mean, it's not there yet, but it's entertaining. It's fun to see. I love the fans do that. And let's see how Star Wars treats it. If Disney doesn't mess with people, I will credit them for at least letting their fans make fan-made stuff. I will give them that little bit of credit because George Lucas used to let that stuff happen. CBS is the worst. CBS is the absolute worst. By the way, see Axanar, folks. If you haven't seen Star Trek, it's Axanar. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's so good. Just look it up on YouTube. It's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. It's okay, not brilliant. Oh, what's up, Jez Oldfield? Yeah, I will check it out. What's going on, Jez? Austin Woods, how are you? Geeks and Gamers reviewed it just before Christmas. I saw that. I thought I saw that on my feed. I haven't watched the video yet. Yes, I subscribe to Geeks and Gamers. I've been a subscription. God, since they had a couple thousand subscribers. It was weird watching that blow up. Wow. That was the blow up of all bulbs. It was great. Good for Jeremy. Rebecca Gold, where is your fan made stuff? Where can I find it? I'd be happy to watch it. Rebecca. I want to buy Peter Davidson box sets, but that gives the BBC money, so I won't bother. Official Panda, I am in the same boat. Buy it on eBay from somebody. That's what I'm doing. So I wait a week. I'm sure it's already up for sale on eBay. Don't buy it from a store. Buy it from a person, and that way you're not Well, they got their money already, but you're not giving them money. So that's what I do. Ends up being a lot cheaper, too. Yeah, that's crazy. Over 400 people is like absolutely insane. It's wonderful. Going to watch Aquaman tonight, DJ Billman. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a popcorn superhero movie that had zero fucking politics, had a great cast, some of the cheesiest dialogue I've ever heard, and damn it was entertaining. My whole family loved it. Okay. My son, but listen, the 13-year-old loved it, and that's who it was made for. And DC did something real smart there. So good for them. It's not going to change the world. Okay. It's not going to change the world. Stop paying the BBC for the license fee for the BS that they make. I know Graham Robinson. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, like we do have a publicly paid television network here. It's PBS now. It doesn't run anything. You know, it had Sesame Street for a little while, but it's still yeah. But hey, if it wasn't for PBS, that's where I watched Doctor Who. That's how I found Doctor Who when I was a kid. Jason Momoa was good as Aquaman. He was good. I mean, that's not Aquaman. He was Jason Momoa's Aquaman, which is kind of like a Lobo Aquaman, but it was still Aquaman. It used to run the Doctor back in the 80s. Yep, Robert, that's my first exposure to Doctor Who was through PBS. Has anyone been the Doctor Who has anyone been to the Doctor Who escape room? Oh, where's that? Is that yeah, what's that? I have no idea what that is. Tell me what that is. Oh yeah, cool. Differently abled Muslim, Jewish, lesbian of color. Again, just giving this chat a great shout out. Thanks for turning me on to The Expanse between Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who. I thought sci-fi was dead. No, watch The Expanse. Watch The Expanse. The Expanse, Legion, Counterpart. Those are 3 shows that you cannot go wrong. They're brilliant. It's a geeky show called Rebecca Gold. Look up Rebecca Gold on YouTube. Okay. Okay. We could do that right now. Just so I remember. There you go. All right. I will check it out, Rebecca. Wow, that looks good. You got Rebecca's only got Rebecca Gold Webster's. It's 476 subs. It needs more than that. It needs more of that. Oh, I might be on. Oh, I can't say. I got invited to something. I'll tell you guys as soon as I know. I can check right now. I don't think that person has gotten back to me, but I'm a blabberer, so I want to tell everybody. Nope, person has not gotten back to me yet. Oh, wait, there we go. Thanks for getting back so quickly, Gary. Would January 3rd work for you? Yes. Okay, here it goes. It would be my pleasure. This is live on the air. Oh, this is so rad. Oh, this is rad. You guys are brilliant. Everything about this chat is brilliant. I'm getting I gotta send it. Okay. Okay, pending, I mean, like, hey, things cannot work out. Sometimes things don't work out. But there's an old show here from San Francisco called Creature Feature. Now, it used to have an old-timey host. I'm blanking on his name now. It's got a new host now. So, but it's like one I've watched once in a while. It's on a like a very Creature Feature coffee. Oh my god, what was the original name of the There we go. So I've been invited on Creature Features, which is a like they watch a B horror movie, and they interview me. I mean, this show's like they just had Aaron Brockovich on, which is awesome. Yeah, it's awesome, and it's run Jeff Bodine. He's got a stage name though, and it is like really good shit. So I will put Vincent Tanglia and Mr. Livingston. I'm going to put their link in the description here. And yeah, so I'm going to be on TV. How cool is that? So please check them out. They have a YouTube channel as well. So check them out. And yeah, it's so coffee is oh shit. That's Frank from a comic shop. I can't talk to you right now though, buddy. Okay, so yes, Creature Feature is it's like so it's been around for years, and I'm blanking on the host name, and I'm so sorry, he died a while ago, but he's like a San Francisco legend. He was kind of like a hipster who smoked a big cigar, and yeah, he's like, you know, Elvira or anything else. They did B movies and hosted that stuff. He passed away, God, a decade ago. They kept the show going. It's filmed here up in Santa Rosa now, and it's great, and I cannot wait to be on it. So yeah. Yes, it's exactly like that. Ferret Fighter. It sounds sort of like Son of Svengoolie here in Chicago. It's exactly, yeah, it's the next generation. I love that stuff like this exists. It needs to. Bob Wilkins, thank you. Anthony Pride, love you. Love you guys. Yeah, this shit needs to exist. We need to support stuff like this, especially like little small TV stations that rerun Judge Judy once in a while, but they have like cool shit. Oh my God, I would die to do a comic book version of this. It would be great. You know, honestly though, our boy Doomcock is like tailor made for stuff like that. Tailor made. Okay, so we got to get to the Hellboy news real quick because I have it in the title. Hellboy. It's just you know what? They're really trying hard to look like the comic. I appreciate that. Mike Mignola is one of the greatest comic book creators to ever live, is directly involved with this show and with this movie. I think it could work. Honestly, you know, listen, no Abe Sapien bugs me, but that's, you know, there's Abe Sapien was never fully a part of Hellboy. I know it's more part of a BPRD. But when you see stuff like this, I get excited. I get excited. I do. That is amazing. When they make the effort to do this, that is some brilliant shit. But listen, I saw the trailer on my phone, and then I saw it on the big screen. I had two different thoughts, but oh man, I just want it to be good. I absolutely love Hellboy. Hellboy is one of my favorite. Yeah, look at that. Okay, for one, dude, what is she eating to stay so young? Like, what is she eating? Kids bathing in blood? I don't know, but Mila. Listen, I don't usually do. I'm not like a lusty dude, especially for. I mean, because I love my wife. She's awesome. She's pretty hot too. So, but damn, Mila, my God. She looks like she's freaking 30. It's ridiculous. I'm just a disgruntled customer. I'm mimicking my displeasure is known. Yeah, with Hellboy, blood. DJD show thinks it's blood. Personally, I think so. She has the T virus. Love fun. Hellboy trailer was disappointing. Yeah, basically that's what I've heard from most people. That's what I've heard from most people. Mila is living off the blood of the doctor. Yes. Mila Jovovich is one of the celebrity crushes too. Goddess, that one. Yes. The scribe. Absolutely. I'm waffling now. God, I waffle sometimes. When it comes to Hellboy, I'm going to waffle a little bit. Listen, I will be honest with you guys. I'm not a critic or a commentator. I'm just a dude. So when it comes to Hellboy, there's certain things I'm going to be very forgiving of, and there's certain things I'm going to be harsh on. Now, Doctor Who used to be something I was very forgiving of. I put up with a lot of shit for a lot of time. But after series 10, I was done. I was like over apologizing for the show and trying to defend the show. I'm like, you guys are right. It kind of sucks now. I'll probably get there. If Hellboy sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. But it's just a trailer. Is it the greatest trailer ever? No, it is not. Angel, I believe so because the test screenings. It was supposed to be out already. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in January, and it got delayed 4 months because the test screenings blew, and they added a whole new character. They added Lobster Johnson, and this was after they were done filming. So they had to do reshoots to add in an entire character. That's never good. That means the test screenings came back and people went, it's missing something. Where's that Abe Sapien guy? Well, we can't get Abe Sapien for some reason or another, so we'll use Lobster Johnson. Lobster Johnson's a cool character. Don't get me wrong. Mila Jovovich should be the next Doctor. I'd be strangely okay with that. I would. You're cool. Dislike removed. Nick, thanks, man. I think you're cool too. It's okay. You could dislike some stuff I say. It's all good. It's all good. Lobster Johnson is one of the coolest characters in comic books, period. The PC toilet bowl to sci-fi. Well, you talk about the Sci-Fi Network. Have you ever read Sci-Fi? Oh my God, their website. Ugh. I'm not really sure who's worse, Bleeding Cool or Sci-Fi Wire. They both are really locked up at sucking. I mean, their suck it's like a singularity of absolute suck. And I know somebody who writes at Bleeding Cool, so I'm not counting you, Mab. You're excluded. You're cool, but everybody else, I don't know. I got a little bit of an axe to grind against them too. They wrote about me. So, a long time ago, it was a comic shop thing. Has nothing to do with anything. They just, writing about my comic shop and saying financial trouble without getting a quote for me. I didn't appreciate that very much, but that's life. I mean, partially it was true, partially it wasn't. The plumbing must be way backed up. What are we talking about here? Oh, the suckage. Yeah, their plumbing is very backed up. Tyler Edwards. That is a true statement. Doctor Who, 1963 to 2017. Yeah, as mad as I am at season 11, it kind of died for me in season 10. Dude, what they did to the first Doctor, that Christmas special. How mad did it make you guys? I didn't. God, I might have been even nice to it in my review. So I can't. But after I rewatched it later and saw Doctor Who with like new eyes, I was like, "Oh, fuck!" That pissed me off. But back then there was also a lot of stuff I wasn't saying on the podcast. I was kind of holding back. I don't know if you can tell, I don't hold back anymore. So, uh, it's. I think it's a phase every YouTuber goes through where you try to kind of test the boundaries and stuff. I mean, I'm never going to flaming attack people on a personal level, but yeah, let's get to 200 likes. That'd be awesome. That really helps, guys. It's just a little click, 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 click. You can do it. Recently, I listened to the new War Doctor, and now I'm wondering what does toast ood taste like? Oh, it's like chicken, Doctor, like chicken, like everything else. I didn't have a 1/6 scale big chief War Doctor. I'm getting one now. I'm very excited. Discovery is hard to watch. It's impossible to watch, Angel. I mean, like, yeah. There's that one torture scene in it that felt where they're torturing Lorca, and that's how I felt watching the show. Rotten Tomatoes is still at 29%. Can it go to 28? Oh, 207 likes. All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's brilliant. That is truly brilliant. Brian Smart. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. And you're not late. You're just on time. You're just on time. And Discovery does suck, Bobby. It sucks. You know who would be a good doctor, but it won't happen. Hugh Laurie. It was so cool as Dr. House. Dr. House is a great one of my all-time favorite shows, Rebecca. And it's one I secretly edited a couple episodes to bail out an editor when I was working in Hollywood. Death to Discovery. And thank you, Cato, for doing that. Hands up. Who else doesn't like Star Trek Discovery? Thought it was overly obsessed with rebooting something that's already good. Philip King, you'll get a lot of hands up here. You get a hands up from me. Star Trek Discovery is next on my list. Once we are done with Doctor Who and the New Year's Eve special, I'm sure the news will die out. I, of course, will always report on it. That's not going to go away. But my aim will go to Star Trek Discovery because, well, it'll be out. And we will be covering every episode. STD is bloody awful. I have a hard time working out my brain. Maybe you guys can answer this question. Let's do some audience participation. Look at those hands up. Yes. Okay. Let's do some audience participation. What is worse? Doctor Who season 11 or Star Trek Discovery season 2. So if it's Doctor Who season 11, put in a 1. If it's Doctor Who, or if it's STD, put in a 2. What is worse to you? Doctor Who season 11 or Star Trek Discovery season 1? Pen Farm Girl has 2 hands up. What do you think about Aquaman referencing Steppenwolf? I didn't have a problem with it. I felt like that it was important for them to acknowledge that, and what they're going to do is they're going to morph the DCEU into the DCU, because that's what they call it now. It's the DC universe, Detective Comics universe. Yes, DC means Detective Comics, which was really weird because when you say DC Comics, it's Detective Comics, which makes no sense. That's why they're just called DC. So, okay, here we go. People are answering 3. You guys, I knew you guys would do that. You're funny. All right, we got a count here. Oh, it's tight so far. So far, oh man. Oh, nope. Oh, okay. Here we go. Doctor Who's running away with it. But then, nope, some twos rally. And then Dean Hess has to screw it all up with the 1 + 2 = 3. Penn Farm Girl says 3 because that means they both suck. And yeah, I'm gonna say walking away with it is Doctor Who season 11. Is it possibility because, well, see, the thing is, what there's the two good things in each. There's one good thing in each show. Star Trek Discovery has Doug Jones. Doctor Who has Bradley Walsh. What outweighs it? I gotta say, I feel more sorry for Bradley Walsh is an independently wealthy person. Doug Jones, I know Doug Jones gets a lot of work, but he's not like super duper rich. He's like a man of the people, and I love Doug Jones. Look at that! Wow. So I'm gonna say Doctor Who wins it. I'm calling it right now. Doctor Who wins it. Doctor Who is worse than Star Trek Discovery. Doctor season 11 is worse than Star Trek Discovery season 1, but we still have Doctor Who or Star Trek Discovery season 2, which could be worse than both of them. But watching STD is like listening to a headache. Graham, that's good. Yes. I hope the Daleks exterminate NPCs. Me too. But that would be that would basically that would mean that the Daleks win. They would have to exterminate everybody except for Bradley Walsh. This will be the first episode where I'm rooting like hell for the Daleks. The Filthy Casual said Doug Jones tweeted me over the holidays. Doug Jones is a nice person, like a genuine nice person. I met him a couple times and like really good. So the DCU is gonna ignore elements from Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad, like Robin being dead. I don't know which Robin was dead, silhouetted animator, because the DCU was supposed to do a Nightwing movie and they didn't. They shelved it. So it depends. What's happening, silhouetted animator, and I know this because they've said this, they're taking it one movie at a time. So they are not doing a planned universe. What they're going to do is keep continuity loose. Every movie is going to be a standalone, and whatever works, they're going to go off of that. And they're going to take things slowly. They're going to spend less money. That was the big thing. That's part of the reason they're not doing Superman, is because Superman's freaking expensive. But they can't really use that excuse when they're talking about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's just as expensive. Listen, the reason they're not coming out with a Superman movie is because Hollywood right now doesn't think white male leads are marketable, period. Ooh, did I just say something controversial? Oh my God. That's the truth. The time's up. Time's up means a lot of things down there. It means time's up for dudes. So you're not going to see a lot of, you're going to see a lot less white male leads. I'm not going to say they don't exist. Certainly they exist. They're still out there. Of course they're out there, but you're going to just see a lot less. And I think DC feels strong enough that they could do something without Superman. I think Superman frustrates them because they're dumb. We're going to get this Matt Reeves Batman someday, but it's not going to be a whole different timeline. So I don't know. Doctor Who season 1 didn't rewrite the past Doctors. STD winner, hands down. As far as crimes against canon, you're right, I Cthulhu. I gotta agree with you on that one. But don't wait. We're not done with Doctor Who season 11. There's still one more episode, and believe me, there's been lots of talk about rewriting the Doctor's past. And wait for my next video. I will address rules and canon within Doctor Who. Gotta vote Discovery. Hey, they both suck. Okay, they both really, really suck. Philip King asked, does anyone know how to review Doctor Who on Rotten Tomatoes? That's my next job tomorrow, giving an honest review. Yeah, just go to, okay, so when you go there, You'll see the audience rating. Click on it, or actually, you have to log in and have an account. Right below the ratings, you'll be able to pop in your review right there. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. It's very easy. And listen, just so I don't get, you can review it positive or negative. Okay, we're just telling you how to vote here. We're not telling you what to vote on or how to vote on it or anything. But see right there, there's my little Facebook picture. And then you put your review in there, and yeah, and then you could. I don't know why I put LOL. I must have done that the other day. So that's how you do it. I'm going to refresh real quick, see where we're at. Still at 29%. 3,574 user rankings. The critics still love it because the doctor's a girl. That's all that mattered. Didn't really matter if the stories were good or anything. Did I share? Here, I'm going to share this too. Creature features website. There we go. There they are. Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I am down. Watch movies, meet guests, have fun. That sounds awesome. That is so January 3rd is just a few days away. It's okay. I'll wing it. I wing everything. So like I bet you could tell, could you? Have you ever seen Doug Jones cameo in the YouTube channel Retarded Policeman? No, I haven't. What is Retarded Policeman? Oh boy. I kind of, the Hellboy news was just how it looked, like their general look that they're trying to go. It's very nothing. Listen, I was digging. There's not a lot of news. The Hellboy is trying to mirror comics. And that Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, is involved. Now, sometimes that doesn't mean jack. That doesn't mean jack. Yes, you're right, Michael McGrath. RIP Doctor Who, 1963 to 2017. It was a good long run. DC is finally getting it. Dark Angel, I agree. I like the direction of the people who are in charge. I like what they're saying. I think is it the guy in charge of WB now? I forgot. I keep forgetting. It's he's Japanese. He is good. He knows his shit. He is treating the characters with respect, and he's trying to do things slowly instead of putting out dessert first, which is Superman versus Batman, which is dumb. Don't do that. You got to build up to this stuff. I might have. I've been jibber jabbering. What is it? Aqua Politics also explain Happy the comic if real. Mr. Roboto, thank you for the $2 super chat. Aqua Politics also explain Happy. The comic if real. Well, we don't know. Are you talking about Happy the comic book? We know where Happy came from. But I think Happy's going to come from a different place in the TV show. But yeah. Dude. I've got some other news I can go over. Hang on. I just got to find it. I saw a bunch of stuff actually. That was interesting. Give me just a moment. All right. Okay. Did anybody see that Mysterio picture? It looks okay. Guys, what do you think of this? I mean, yes, he's not got his fishbowl on or anything like that, but honestly, Mysterio's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. And I'm saying that as a Spider-Man fan, but I mean, put on the fishbowl and I guess it looks okay. But I don't know. If he's not going to have the fishbowl and it's just going to be hipster Mysterio, and I say that as a bearded person, but I am not fucking hipster. So yeah. there's that. And Mr. Roboto, thanks again for the super chat. You're awesome. There was also this. Oh, that looks cool. You see the Ronin stuff? This is just stuff I've seen on Twitter. And that's a pretty decent. I want to see Hawkeye in some kind of costume. That looks pretty good. I mean, it's okay. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. But wait, there's more. What's this about? Aquaman scriptwriter David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick confirmed second Nightmare on Elm Street reboot is still happening, but nothing is percolating yet. In a recent interview with GameStop, John Wick 3. It's supposed to be a big deal to have. Oh, look. A woman's in charge of the organization. I bet you're surprised. Angelica Houston. We love Angelica Houston. Okay, we love Angelica Houston. The Addams Family. Come on, Morticia. Used to be Jack Nicholson's wife, girlfriend. Long time. I don't know. I don't know about that. That's where I saw the Hellboy stuff. Apparently Ava DuVernay tweeted the New Gods, so people still think she's doing the movie. I don't think so. We'll see. I mean, that's something. If they haven't started filming that, it's going to be like 5 years till that thing comes out. Is anybody excited over Alita Battle Angel at all? I kind of am, because I mean, it's Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron. That I don't know though. What do you guys think? I want to see what the chat thinks of this. This one, it might be a movie I might like. Rich Silverwood, Doug Jones would make a great Riddler. Agree or disagree? Agree. Absolutely agree, Rich. 100%. Thank you for the £5 super chat. Andrew Titchener, resolution. We find out Doctor Who was born a girl who had a girl Dalek friend. They meet up, destroy the Dalek patriarchy, and live happily ever after in feminist heaven. Super chat instead of Patreon. Andrew Titchener, thank you so much. And yes, the Patreon stuff is that is complicated, my friend. I'll be honest with you. I don't talk about politics, so I'm not worried about anything. But you know, people are mad, and I am too. I don't like what happened to Sargon at all. I think that's bullshit. I think it's total bullshit. But right now, I'm still a growing channel. I got to stick with it. But I understand if people have to leave. I do. Just understand why I got to stay for, you know, I have obligations to fill and all kinds of stuff. So Bruce Campbell for Mysterio. Fuck yeah, that would have been great. It was already planned. Bring Sam Raimi back. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Battle Angel. Yeah, give me Akira, right? What's up, man of action? Bad Angelita looks okay. I'll give it a chance. That's where I'm at right now. Trevor doesn't feel sorry for Sargon. Well, yeah, listen, he does okay, Trevor. Let's not feel too sorry for him. He does okay. But I don't like what happened. But I can't leave Patreon. I've got like packages to fill out. And plus I like Patreon. But yeah, kind of caught in the stuck one there. I'm all about the free speech. Okay. Battle Angel looks okay, but I won't go out of my way to see it, says Rebecca Gold. Yeah, it'll definitely be, I probably won't review it for the channel. If I remember to go, to the theater that day, I'll go. That's how I feel about it. But I'll probably be doing something for the channel. Anything that's the happy news. Anybody catch well, you can't if you're in the UK. Deadly Class first episode aired here in the States. It's okay. I got to give it more time. Like I said, some of the politics were current year and that felt out of place, but some of the politics that were of the time were fine. And yeah. And it's weird because that comic came out the year after I sold my store. So I didn't read the comic. It was weird not reading the comic and being surprised by the stuff. That was great. I kind of like that. Oh, Mrs. Nerdrotic is messaging me. There we go. There we go. Mama is a Cullen. I'm going to get back to the chat a little bit. Oh, okay. Any news on the TV show version of The Watchmen? Yes, Tommy, it's all bad. I am a fan of the comic, of course. It's one of the listen, Dark Knight Returns is better. If you want to compare those two, as far as like comic books that change the comic industry forever, Watchmen, Dark Knight Returns is better. I like Watchmen a lot, but Dark Knight Returns is better. That's just my opinion, but I still love it. I am also, this is a very unpopular opinion, so please don't judge me. Don't. Nick might put the dislike back down again, but I like Zack Snyder's Watchmen 4-hour version. I actually love it a lot. I think it's great. I think it came out too soon. I think you deconstructed the superhero a little early, but if Watchmen came out kind of now or after like Avengers 4, I think it'd be appropriate. I didn't mind the ending change because it's a movie, it's not the comic book, and yeah, I liked it. Okay, but the TV show is Daniel Lindelof, the guy who did Lost, one of the guy responsible for the and everything I hear, it's straight up times up to the nth degree, and it's a sequel that doesn't take place in the same universe. I mean, go look at the mental gymnastics of Lindelof's interviews on this. He can't even answer the question if it's a goddamn sequel or not. We don't know. We say it's basically it honors the world, but it doesn't really take place in some bullshit like that. In other words, we're taking these characters and we're going to make our own world with it with current year politics. So it's going to be straight up 2018, 2016 politics in the Watchmen. Good luck with that. Retarded policeman starred a person with Down syndrome who would try to arrest and harass his neighbors by pretending to be a cop. Wow. Okay, I'll watch it. Tommy, I want to be excited about it. I want them to do something interesting and fun with it. But honestly, what do we love about the Watchmen? What's the first thing you think of? Rorschach. Okay, so it's automatically it's a Watchmen without Rorschach. I mean, Rorschach makes the Watchmen. Period. And it's Archie Bunker. It's Alan Moore's Archie Bunker. He never expected him to be that popular. He never wanted him. He hated Rorschach. He wrote him. The dude's kind of racist. So that kind of is. But he ended up being like Archie Bunker, just completely popular. A Watchmen and The Dark Knight Return were great for the time. Postmodern stories that needed to be told. Too bad the entire industry thinks that's the only way to tell stories now. Bryce agreed. They did great things for the industry and then ruined the industry because now all the writers, it's funny, as I mentioned this in my Deadly Class review, and it was kind of meta because within the show Deadly Class, a guy brings up superhero comics and another guy who's into indie comics goes, it's just the adult male fantasy, the whole male fantasy bullshit. Well, what the funny thing is, Deadly Class is the new version of that. It's instead of wanting to be a superhero and save people, I just want to kill everybody who was mean to me. So when I saw Deadly Class through those eyes, it was hard to enjoy it. It was. It's a great show, but it's hard for me to not see that the writer is working out some shit through this story. And it's kind of disturbing to see that the new adult male fantasy is not to, rise up and get adoration or to emulate. It's revenge. Hey, we've all been angry all of us who are men have been angry young men. But yeah. Gregory Ramirez in the anime Battle Angel, Alita is called Galley. Galley. I should just watch that. That's probably the best that, like same with the comics. Just go to the source material and it's probably good. Blue Dick. Well, I mean, yes. Okay. You're talking about the movie. Yes. The first thing you think of is the blue dick, not Rorschach. You're right, Kato. Is the blue floppy flipping, flopping around. Yeah, well, I thought you would say you would have come out of the Watchmen. It was the first film of the DCEU. No, it's not. It's not. The DCEU only has 4 movies. It's got Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman. And it ended after that. It's called the DCU now. Although you and I could call it the DCU, that's probably what the name it'll stick. Giant Blue Dong. Yes. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Gregory. Mr. Roboto, $2. Will Gary join the new deadly class now with Logan? Yes, I will take it over. I don't know though. I'm not. I don't like. Listen, I used to. I'm not going to get all personal in here, but I used to get a lot of fights when I was a kid. Like I brawled. I was a brawler. I was a bit of a brawler, but I don't like hurting people. I'm kind of a pacifist now. So I've gone soft. Sorry. Bradley Walsh is a cool actor. He was in the UK version of Law and Order. Yes, Rebecca. Bradley Walsh is great. Bradley Walsh would make a great doctor. He would. If you want to go older again, his charm is just like, goddamn, even like the scene with the pickle sandwich, when he takes the sandwich with him, he's all, well, yeah. I mean, that's real. That's like my dad used to take fucking sandwiches places, just random place, like grocery shopping. You'd take a sandwich, don't go shop hungry. Fucking pull a sandwich out of his pocket. It's such a dad thing to do. That was great. That's good. It's like these writers are soap opera writers and they understand like, characters and dramatic characters, but they don't understand sci-fi at all. Huh. Yeah. The DCFU. That's funny. That's what I called one of our earlier podcasts, Captain Robert April, the DCFU. But Nihilist loves the DCU. And I love that. Hey, I love DC. DC fans are freaking crazy loyal. We need good stories, no politics, zero politics, none. If you want to use it as allegory from 30 years ago, that's fine, but no current year politics. It has to be a minimum 30 years. That's it. I think an actual rule for like a decade would be nice because I've had my effing fill. And I'm going to stop review. If shows are just filled with them, I'm just going to stop. Like with Doctor Who, I'll continue, but if it gets bad, I'm just like, I'll move on to something else. I don't really need to waste my time listening to some 20 something tell me how the world is. Douglas Nelson, you're right. Peter Capaldi never got a Doctor Who script worth his talent. Absolutely not. Okay. Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline. Those were good episodes. Those are good episodes that I'll watch again. Paul Hogan for the Doctor. Is he still alive? Yeah, we're sick of it, Austin. I mean, okay, the only time we'll talk about politics is when we would like them removed from our TV show. That's the only time we'll talk about them here, period. Because I don't like talking about them. They're boring. And I much rather talk about Doctor Who or Spider-Man or Daleks with y'all because honestly, we're pounded with that shit every day. And that's why people are coming to YouTube now. We're like, you're not going to get anything honest from anything that's run by, not that I'm super anti-corporation, but they're running a narrative. And it's funny that companies that are in competition with themselves run the same narrative. It almost seems like collusion dictated from like the government. Maybe, I don't know. But why would companies who are at each other's throats in competition sound the same? Why wouldn't you try to differentiate? At least Fox, the network, not the news. Fox the network, when it came out in the 80s, I remember, was so different than ABC, NBC, and CBS. It tried to be like a little, they were a little dirty, they were a little crazy, Married with Children and stuff like that. That I appreciate, but of course it morphed into, just a regular network. Yeah, Paul Hogan is still alive and kicking. Awesome. And still married to Linda Kozlowski. That is awesome. I love that story. Bradley John Walsh is a comedian, singer, television presenter, and former professional footballer. Blimey. God damn, Rebecca. What else is like prime minister next? Maybe he should be prime minister. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's hilarious that that guy Boris is your mayor over in London. I think that's funny. I thought they got divorced. Married with Children is the best. I just can't buy it because it doesn't have the theme song. Simon Pegg would make a great doctor. He would. Absolutely. Oh, that's a picture. I was working on a new background. I'm not going to have this just the plain blue background. We're going to have Cosmic Crater Girl in front of a silhouette of San Francisco that's supposed to kind of look like Gotham City at the end of the Batman 66 show. I'm working on it. I don't know if I'm going to pull it off or not, but that's what I'm going for the new background. Always working on the channel. I am. So we do have another video coming out Friday morning concerning an interview with Jodie Whittaker and the words she used in this interview, which I think were at the very least a very poor choice of words for somebody who's representing an international TV show that has, so they say, over 100 million viewers. Because they don't want to be on the wrong side of history, and their people are in hot water because the employees come up with the Me Too allegations. Yes. Which the whole thing, listen, Me Too, women are treated horrible in Hollywood. That's no fucking secret. Hasn't been for a long time. This is a course correction that's probably needed to happen for quite some time. There's some people who are very fucking nasty who need to go away for a long time. One of them recently got charged right before Christmas. That Kevin Spacey thing was weird. That was weird. But I also have worked in Hollywood, and opportunism that's what that town is built on, is opportunism. So there's a little both. There's a little both. There's a lot of injustice towards women, and there's a lot of women who are basically lying. So how do you weed that out? I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. That's for much smarter people than me. Glad I don't work there anymore, period. Not that I would ever be in that situation, because I wasn't. I don't pat women on the butt. I don't do that shit. Never have. So I have nothing to worry about. Yeah. Plus, if I did that, my wife would burn me in my bed. She would tie me to my bed, set me on fire. Or no, she'd get a little more, she'd like have rats eat me or something. That's something really cruel. She'd be very mad. Jealous woman. No, I'm just kidding. She's cool. Is a Hollywood serious about cleaning up the city if they need to get after the pedos? Down forward punch. Yep. I think that's a lot. I don't want to go too far down this road. I think the Me Too stuff can also be a bit of a smokescreen for something worse. And I'll let you all just think on that. Now, when I was down there, I would listen, I wasn't in contact with a lot of actors or writers. I was doing post-production shit. So, but man, the rumors, whoo, it's, was built on nepotism. Well, nah. Nepotism. Yes, that was part of it, Stephanie. I will absolutely agree with you on that. Nepotism is something else. LA Confidential is a great movie. I'll just say that. LA Confidential is a great movie about Hollywood. Yeah. Believe all thoughts. Divorce 10. That's funny. All right, everybody. Hey, I am going to show my Patreon video here. And I'm going to read some of the chat. Then I'm going to bounce because I'm hungry and I'm tired. But like, I would never cancel on you folks. And thank you all for coming here. Sorry I was late. and I really have the best time. I hope you honestly, like, yeah, we've been giving Doctor Who a bunch of shit, but seriously, everybody, like, be good, have a good New Year, have lots of fun this week if you can. Try to have as much fun as possible, because fun is underrated. It is something that is not given enough time in our lives. Fun is very important to a very happy life. Nepotism is huge. Yeah. So Ace didn't help with the McCoy era. It was 23. Oh yeah, Ace. Yeah. Well, I mean, they weren't romantically involved, were they? But I liked Ace. I'm a fan of Ace. Oh man. Every time I have one of these live streams, everything I talk about, I want to go buy. I cannot be doing that. But by the way, folks, oh, thank you, Roller Cat. Big finish, man. Check it out. Seriously, it's really, really good. No, thank you, Richie B. Thank you. I need to update this. By the way, we have a lot of new patrons, and I'm gonna mention them now. Give me just a second. Once the video is over, I will give them a shout out, because I haven't. Now, I did put them in the last video, so there you go. And yeah, some people left because the Patreon Sargon thing. And I just want to tell you right now, no hard feelings whatsoever. You do what you feel is right. And I do not take it personal at all. And I understand you are, it's a principle thing. And that's good. It's good to live by some principles. I think that's a good thing. There's always super chat, or just, hey, you being here, you being a sub, you being here. That is cool. We are good. Okay, so our new patrons are Justin Doyle, Lee Crystal upped his pledge from $1. Thank you so much. Jeff, $5. Just simply Jeff. Jason Remington upped his pledge to $15. Keegan Leslabin. I'm sorry, Keegan, $1 pledge. Thank you. OG Spock Love. Thanks, OG Spock Love. Phil Sayer. Oh, wow. That's a big pledge. Donald Parrish, $1 pledge. Donna Castellano, $1 pledge. Mark Sita. And of course, I Cthulhu. Thank you for joining up. Oh man, there's more. Holy crap. Donald Carlson, a $5 pledge. James Austin Woods. It's Just Plain Joe, $5 and $15 pledge. Dave Reviews, and of course my buddy Gamer Gambit just jumped on board, $15. That was back in December 7th. John and Ren Loves, thank you so much to all the new patrons. You guys are awesome. And everybody, you have a great day. Go to nerdrotic.com for our live schedule. Our next live stream is Friday Night Tights with Susan and Triple R. I will go over your script and I will talk about it live. We're also going to talk about some Christmas ideas, stories that were really too long to put in the video. There, again, like I said before, there's a Doctor Who video coming out. There's a Star Trek video come out. There's also, there's kind of an in-depth kind of my first 60 minutes type video coming out in the next 2 weeks. It's kind of a documentary thing on some shit that I've been noticing in film and TV. TV shows we're covering. Watch Counterpart. Now, I will be covering Young Justice when that premieres. I will be reviewing Runaways. That'll be in the next 48 hours. Hopefully tomorrow night I can finish that. In the meantime, and also Doctor Who New Year's Eve special live 15 minutes after it airs. Join me. I will not limit the time. Okay. I will not limit the time. I'm going to do a separate review video, and then I'm going to open up a live stream where you can just talk as long as we want. So there won't be a limited time on that one. Of course, we are live stream schedule Monday, Wednesday, Nerdrotic Nooner. You know the times, nerdrotic.com. Thank you very much. Rebecca Gold for 10 pounds. Wow. That reminds me. Thank you, Rebecca Gold. Jesus, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. We have to thank the super chats. Here we go. We thank our super chats here. We do. We say long goodbyes. Okay. We just say long goodbyes. Here we go. Harsner for £2. All out of bubblegum for $10. Elliot Nelson for $10. Justin Doyle for £5. Ridiculed Reptile Reviews, who I will read your script. I promise. I'm sorry. 100 Swedish dollars. Mesa Monty, £5. Winter Wind 89, $5. Ridiculed Reptile Reviews for 100 Swedish dollars. Winter. It's almost like deja vu. Winter Wind 89 for $2. Bourbon Sherbet for $5. Mr. Roboto for $2. Mazzamonte for £5. Mr. Twisted 72 for $5. Mr. Roboto for $2. Andrew Titchener for $10. The great Rich Silverwood for £5. Check out Rich's Silverwood. It is the Dark Zone, right? Gregory Ramirez for $2, Mr. Roboto for $2, and Rebecca Gold for £10. She didn't say anything. She just, oh, and shit, Gamer Gambit. Keep on rocking for $2. Dude, you guys keep on rocking. You are wonderful. You make this channel. Dude, I can't even explain what's going on with this channel. Like we're getting close to 17,000. So Dark Zone, Rich Silverwood, Dark Zone. It's a paranormal show and it's really slick. So check it out. I'll put a link in the description when this turns into a video. Okay, Rich? Love you, buddy. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry for the long goodbye. There is an Exozone coming too. There will be an Exozone. I'm pretty sure. If not this Saturday, next Saturday for sure. Okay. Exozone is coming. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. See you soon. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness.